Hey guys, it's Bananaowns here, bringing you the very last episode of my Bananaowns fight series for Dark Souls 3, and this time we're going to take on the Soul of Cinder. This is it. This is the big shebang. This is the last boss fight of Dark Souls 3, and it's a bit of a throwback to Gwyn in Dark Souls 1, or at least the second half is. This first half is actually pretty interesting. They give the Soul of Cinder a variety of different combat styles to kind of match the player. I think lore-wise, this boss fight is supposed to be an amalgamation of all the people who have linked the bonfires. So it's pretty natural that this boss fight would use a lot of different weapon styles, and it kind of represents the player character in a way. So for this fight, I actually tried to... I think this was actually like my third or something or so attempt. It's not a very difficult boss fight. The moves are very choreographed. They are choreographed very well. The moves are telegraphed pretty easily. The only thing is like this first stage here, he can change forms like he just did. Like you see, he has like a pole arm now instead of just the sword. So that can be a little difficult to learn movesets because he also can change into like a scimitar build or like a magic build. I personally really hate the magic build. That thing just destroys you. At least that's how it felt like to me. This spear build wasn't too bad, and the sword build was bad. The curves, like the scimitar one, is actually really cool. They give him this crazy moveset where he'll just jump around and do all this stuff. So basically, the key to beating this fight is to do what you do for all of the Dark Souls 3 boss fights. You know, just let the enemy attack, pick your moment, and then wail on him. Don't get too greedy, because bad things happen when you get greedy, but that's about it. So you can see he switched to the mage form here. I got wrecked by it like the last time, so I was pretty much... I was ready for it, for this attempt. And this is one of those rare boss fights where they actually get a second health bar, and this time it's a throwback to Gwyn. So he actually gets basically like Gwyn's moveset from Dark Souls 1. And I love this part too, because if you listen closely to the music, although you probably can't hear it because I'm talking over it, they start to interlay Gwyn's theme in with this boss fight, and it creates a really interesting atmosphere. Now, I hate that grab attack because I feel like the hitboxes on it are kind of wonky. It's like it's almost like a Dark Souls 2 hitbox in the middle of this game, where you kind of have to dodge at like the very last second, and I hate that grab attack because it does a lot of damage, and especially in like this boss fight here, I don't parry really. I don't know. I think you actually can parry. I'm mostly dodge rolling though now, so it can get pretty ridiculous trying to deal with that grab and everything like that. Because this is This is a throwback to Gwyn, and then Gwyn was really difficult in Dark Souls 1 if you didn't know how to parry, and I could kind of see that a little bit in this fight, but I'm doing okay dodge rolling. I mean, by this point, I've beaten Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2. Since after I beat this boss fight, I beat Dark Souls 3 another 2 times, and I completely went back through Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, and managed to beat all the DLCs there. So by this point, I'm a pretty seasoned Souls veteran. So the name of the game really is dodge rolling. You don't want to camp behind your shield, especially in Dark Souls 3. I think I've been saying throughout the entire run of these boss fight videos is Dark Souls 3 is a game that really punishes you for camping in your shield, and you don't want to do that. And then the Soul of Cinder is like a big test to see like everything you've learned about this game, and you really don't want to get caught in your shield because as you can tell by like his moveset, it's not really he is it. It's more of an it. Well, as you can tell by the moveset, if you get stuck in your shield, you're going to probably lose all your stamina, and you're going to take a lot of damage as a result, because it's just not meant for you to deal with that. You can see like a lot of the attacks are very slow to come out. It's all about just getting the timing for the dodges and actually learning where to dodge too, and then not getting greedy. I got greedy there a little bit. See, getting greedy is bad, kids. And I actually almost died there. Good thing I have like I leveled up a bunch of health. See, I'm starting to get a little bit panicked, but I lucked out there with the RNG, and he did his move where he just wails in his sword and does like this big blast. Basically, if you see that move, that's like free opportunity to heal, because you just need to get away and then just need to just put some distance, and then once he does the huge blast, like, you can just heal and just relax. So again, almost done with this fight. Just don't get greedy, learn your dodge timings, and that's it. There's the soul of Cinder, and with that, Dark Souls 3 is done. I'm trying to figure out how I will do the next Bananaowns fight series. I have a bunch of Dark Souls 2 boss fights recorded, so I'll figure that out later. But anyways, thanks for checking this series out.